The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jackson, first play, going to throw.
Good job.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory.
Pick it up. Let's go.
And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll try again, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Fourth down, here's Jackson.
Good job.
He's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line.
The Ravens take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
This defense was very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this first quarter of play. And now
they're going to overturn it.
They're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now it's Jackson.
Good D.
That is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And cycle. Check pick.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Come on. Offensive line. Got to hold that.
340-pound Glory gets the sack.
That's a step in the right direction.
Oh, come on, running back. You just watch them go by you. All you had to do was just hold the block.
Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got a man. It's Waddle complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Stout now. And this returnable for Hill. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. 2 and now on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Jackson.
Come on, I'm about to say.
Hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Oh, what a move. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And the tight end goes in motion left. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got
good grab.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are able to claw one back. Tucker with the extra point. They got a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here this first half. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Let's go.
Hands it off out of the gun. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tua setting up shop to throw again. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Tua.
Come on, Anderson.
It's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available and incompletion as a result.
Here we go.
A lot line of scrimmage. Once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Tua, the final shot before half. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory.
Oh, my God. Come on, Tariq.
And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. They go play action with Jackson.
Good job, Jalen.
It's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot in the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Play action, now it's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Play action. It's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game, facing challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Tua's throw is caught here by Anderson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. It completes it once more to Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Why you didn't throw it?
The Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ready. Throw 50
Right back to him on first down. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Come on, Anderson. Damn.
This one is incomplete.
Shopping everything, bro.
Attack, even though that one was incomplete, it's been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things for this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to pass. Tua. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league,
touchdown! Jalen Waddle, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 27, Jackson.
Oh, well, let me pick it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. To throw is Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
David Ajabo, credit him there. He fired across the line and planted him for a loss on the play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Blue black. Red green. Let's go.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
He's got Anderson on the slant. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you'll only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. It really hurts the team on defense.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Raekwon Davis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now it's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. One last shot for Jackson. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never hit it.
So for the Dolphins, it was a great